Welcome into the open where we get technical. You should have investments in long-term growth.
That's pretty cool. Nice opening. Shout out to Enver and Mitch for that opening. How's everyone doing today? In chat, give me a 1 if you're feeling good on the first trading day of the week. Happy Tuesday.
I'm feeling good after that video. It's a good video.
Yeah, shout out to the team. That's Enver with the guidance and help from Mitch. Loving it. Feeling good, feeling good. I'm going to share my screen right now. We've got some great stuff for you. The theme for today, folks, reversals. All right. I'm talking bottoms. Big fat bottoms. Scooping them up, rummaging through the Wall Street's dumpsters in the alleyways under a flickering street lamp, finding the refuse of the big fat cats, and then going in there like a bunch of rats and making money. All right, so we're going to talk about reversals today. I want to start off with an ETF review. Gonna look at the ETFs that I like that are performing. I'd love to get your opinions because one thing I want to make sure we're keeping in mind with all of these rat attacks is long-term growth, making money on great sectors based on great ETFs. I think it's a very good thing for beginners and veterans to have. Subs, shout out subs. The new I forgot what the firm is called. Roundhill. Yeah. We got it at the same time. So Roundhill's new streaming ETF. My brother, Derek Dantes, big on that ETF, guys. Then we're going to get into the watch list where we're going to look at some nice patterns, maybe touch on some from last week. I do have some oil. All right. Maybe not the most popular thing in the world, but it's about short-term gains. All right. Then we're going to get into those rat snacks. I got a few for you today. I've got 3 actually, maybe more. And then we've got our guest lesson. We're going to be talking charts, different forms of technical analysis that you're not going to get from me because I'm too dumb, as well as options. All right, guys. So stay tuned for the full hour. We've got a great show for you. First thing, guys, take a look at these ETFs. MJ up at the top, but what a volatile puppy that thing is over the term. Keep in mind here, what you see on my chart right now is a bunch of ETFs. I don't hold all of them. I hold about, I don't know how many I have up here, but I have like 6 of these. This is the 3-month performance by percentage growth compared among these ETFs. All right. At the bottom here, as our baseline, we've got SPY. That's the S&P 500. That is the watermark to beat. That's what we're out here trying to do. All right. So up at the top, let's talk about the high flyer here. The MJ, which obviously is a shorthand for marijuana, cannabis ETF. Very volatile. But maintaining a trend here. Maintaining a trend. So one to have in a portfolio. I would not mind having this ETF in my portfolio for exposure to cannabis, but it would not be my largest holding for growth. What I'm really interested in this year, guys, I've talked about this before. I'm an ARC boy. ARC boy for life. Kathy Wood. PRNT 3D printing. I've got a 3D printing rat snack for you guys later. And then your other ARC ETFs. Love them. Look at how much they are beating the S&P 500. We will talk about SENS. Give me a 1 in chat if you are an SENS or OXY. Couple big ones from last week. But this is just a reminder, folks. Make sure that you've got a well-rounded portfolio with sectors that show growth in the future. I'm very interested in autonomous vehicles, electric vehicles, AI, 3D printing, revolutionizing manufacturing in a bunch of different industries, genomics, revolutionizing the way that we do preventative medicine, solve real life serious problems like cancer. All right. And then, as always, we got IWM. Hot Stocks Lou Jacoby was once asked if he could have one ETF in his portfolio, just one, over the next 10 years, he would do IWM. Why is that? Because IWM is the Russell 2000 ETF. It represents the small cap stocks in the market. And over a long enough period of time, while it is volatile, much more volatile than the S&P 500 or the SPY, which is an ETF for the S&P 500, while it is much more volatile, it has a much higher rate of growth over time. So definitely make sure that you consider having IWM in your portfolio. Shout out Oxy. All right, VR is going to be huge. If you guys have some VR stocks that you think look like some rat snacks and they're ready for the picking, for the harvesting, drop them in the chat here. I would love to know some VR stocks. Most of what I'm looking at right now is blockchain. Actually, I'll save those for later. All right, let's clear the chart up a little bit. Get one of these. So, first one I want to take a look at right now is one from last week. Let me close all of these comparatives. Make sure that our chart is looking at actual dollars. And I'm going to switch us to candlesticks. Right now we have an area chart. Really nice just to see closing prices over time. I'm switching to candlesticks. Much better for technical analysis. Psychedelics. Yes, psychedelics is another hot sector that we want exposure to. I 100% agree with you, JJ. All right, looking at Oxy. Yes, Oxy is petroleum. Is petroleum the future? Fuck no. Electric vehicles, baby. But is this an intermediate trend? Yes, obviously. We got higher lows, higher highs. Look at the damn thing. That's a trend. Okay, that's an uptrend. Uptrends make people money. We like that here. All right, we also got a couple other things going on. Let's go back and take a look at this. We got into this thing because we liked it. It was a rounding bottom. It was thrown into the garbage by Wall Street, and then it held sustained support, and then we saw it start recovering up here on an uptrend in volume and a big uptrend on RSI. If you guys have any questions about any of these technical indicators, drop them in chat, please. I'm happy to answer your questions. But money to be made. My take on OXY right now and what I did was I took profit using 50% of my holdings. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Is there room to go? Yes, there is. These two green lines right here. I'm going to zoom in a bit. It's the remaining gap to close. We were consolidating here. We can see we are now trading above that gap. All right. Gap has been closed. But remember, we are resolving a double bottom pattern here, folks. So what we're looking at is the bottom of our double bottom added to the tippy top. We get right about here. Interesting thing here. It lines right up our measured move, which is the swing high of our double bottom, down to the swing low, added to this resistance line, takes us right up to where a gap down started. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? I love it when everything fits together like this. Everything is in the charts, folks. So my target for this stock is $40. From where we are today, at this exact moment in time, That's another 52%. All right. Are we watching it closely? Yes. Are we keeping our stops tight and moving them up as we go? Yes. Of course we are. Will I get back into the stock if I see a surge in relative strength? Yes. Let me explain that really quick. The reason I took profits right now is because we've closed this gap and I see a downward trend on relative strength, meaning that there is momentum going down. All right. So Ajay, with the question, would I add more to Oxy? I will when I see an upward trend in RSI, which is a measure of volume momentum. Which direction is volume going in? What kind of pressure is being put on this? So right now we've got selling pressure. But if I start to see a nice trend, a reversal on this, which can happen as soon as today, guys. All right. See, and then another thing here is we see the buyers petering out, right? We want that volume to maintain. When I see that, when I see that, I get back in because I want this 52%. That's a big old hunk of cheese for a rat like me. All right, let's take a look at another one. Genomics. Not a rat's neck because it hasn't been getting beat up, but it has had a nice pennant pattern. All right. It's a great space to be in. This is a holding in the ARC Genomics ETF, ARC G. One to watch. And let's just take a look at our profit potential on this pattern, guys. Once again, this is a bull pennant characterized by an upward trend. Rule number 1, watch for an upward trend. Rule number 2, to identify a pattern, you must have descending highs, ascending lows, meeting at an apex, creating a triangular shape that looks like a pennant, kind of like the flag near the hole on a golf course. All right. So there are 2 price targets for this stock. Number 1 is the height of the measured move, which is the swing high here, down to the swing low. We're going to use our line tool to draw that. And then we add that to our breakout point, which is right here on February 12th. We have not achieved price target 1 yet on BNGO. All right. So this is bio-nanogenomics. Great sector to be in. Great story to back this. Plenty of hype behind it. RSI going up. Nice spike in volume. I expect this stock to continue going up at least to price target 1. And then when we look at price target 2, we take the height of this pole, we add it to our apex, and now we're really talking. From its current point up to price target 2, that's a 64% gain. But this is a great stock, great space to be in. Good for you, eh? Been in BNGO since $1. Love it. Great story. All right, what's next? What is next? We're talking about shipping. You had story time with Mitch just a few minutes ago. He was talking about shipping. Things are happening. And why in the world would they stop? Why in the world would goods stop being transported? Is this an industry that's dying? Or is it perhaps growing as disposable income goes up across the globe? As more and more nations have growing middle classes that are able to purchase goods. All right. This is a rat snack. Why? Because Wall Street threw it into the dumpster. Let's see when they did it. Let's see when they were done with this hunk of cheese. Oh my God. Oh God, look at it. Look at it. Oh my God. How far we have fallen. How far we have fallen. Keep an eye on this one. Is it going to get back to all-time highs? I don't fucking know. Is it forming a nice saucer pattern? Yeah. Has it already broken out a lot? Yeah. Is there room to go? Sure. One to watch, guys. Look at the volume on this thing. Surge in volume. We do have some sell volume today, but this is a hot stock being talked about throughout social media is what I will add to this. So when we're looking at profit potential here, We zoom in. We go to the low. We bring it up to our resistance here, which an argument can be made that it's right about here. We add that. And so you've got a sell target around 293 or 332. It depends on which technical person you're talking to. Approximately one. Brandy, I hear you. I hear you. But you can't say no to what was made here. 74% gains on that one. So anyone that was in ship, let me know. Anyone that was in ship, give me a 1. Oh, bingo's not in ARCG. Let's take a look. All right. I stand corrected. Brandy, thank you. Thank you.
So that's just the top 10. It could be a smaller holding.
Can you check on that?
I'm doing that right now.
All right. We got Spencer checking on it.
Oh, that's correct.
Yep. Good call, Brandy. Guys, remember, I'm not the brightest guy in the world. I don't know everything. I'm just trying to make some money. All right. Start having some fun. This is a reversal pattern. XOM, ExxonMobil. All right. Dirty oil. Dirty oil. But we've got a nice, juicy double bottom looking like a hunk of cheese. We want to watch this thing grow. The volume is trending upward on our RSI. We're maintaining very healthy levels here. And then when we look at the pattern, we of course have near symmetrical bottoms with a peak in the W. Double K bottom. Teach me something, Rodrigo. Teach me something. Here's how I'm looking at this stock. All right. Without getting too fancy, looking at 40% upside potential. I'm bringing the picks today, guys. I'm bringing the picks. Give me a 1 in chat if you like the pick so far. Let me know. Next one up, VET. VET engages in the business of acquisition, exploration, development, and production of oil and natural gas. Wow, I'm detecting a theme. Thanks, Trex, for the 3. Another double bottom. All right. Rat attack. We've got a gap down that we're going to fill, or ideally we fill it. There's a good likelihood that we do. Let's go ahead and set our target. I'll use the low up to this high, which isn't this crazy. Look at this gap down. Look how we did kind of fill it before with the peak here. We're going to add that right on top. We're going to add that right on top. Price target there lines right up with where it started to drop off previously with this previous candle. From where we are right now, which, by the way, we are testing some resistance. We're testing this level right here where we want to close this gap. But I've said it before, guys. I'm going to say it again. Do not bet against gaps getting closed in this market. Let's look at our profit potential here. Where it is today with the gap close, potential for 34%. For resolution of our double bottom pattern, 134%. Love me some oil. And these are intermediate trends. These are short-term gains. Another thing to note here is that we do have upward trending RSI and good volume so far. But we want to see that come in today. This is very low, but we're still early on in the day. So we want to see that volume come in so we can bust through this gap. And when we do, that's going to be tasty. That's a rat snack, folks. Am I frozen? It says NVIDIA, but it's not giving me NVIDIA. Okay, guys, don't forget about NVIDIA. Let's look at this thing over a really long period of time. This thing has had, number one, well, I'm not even going to go there because this doesn't qualify as a double bottom because a double bottom would follow a downward trend, guys. So you see a W doesn't always mean a double bottom. I almost said that it was. We've got a breakout here on NVIDIA. Do not bet against the graphics card maker. All right? Don't bet against gaming. Don't bet against 3D modeling for architecture. NVIDIA is the thing behind the thing when we're talking about 3D printing. You need powerful graphics cards. You need the top tier more than you need for a gaming computer in order to do any sort of 3D modeling. All right? So if you are in aerospace, if you are in product development, if you are doing anything where a 3D model is required, you need increasingly powerful graphics cards in mass to do that. And NVIDIA is selling out of the thing. So don't bet against NVIDIA graphics cards. Once again, my aggressive price target on this bad lad, $999. $999. NVIDIA. All right, let's get to some more categorical rat snacks. This one, YJ, Yunji. Give me a 1 in chat if you guys know YJ. Or if I found a new one here. I was not familiar with this one before this morning. The delay is killing me, Spencer. It's so hard to interact.
I'll get that fixed.
Okay. Not familiar with this one. Yeah, this one's new to me. YJ, this is what I like about this. All right, so let's do this. Let's do this. UG. No, I don't want the stock. I want the corporate website. UNG Global. UNG is a cloud service that facilitates, I believe, e-commerce. Don't quote me on that because that is a rash. That is a guess based purely on a website that is not in my native language. So they have a captive subscription app, and they cover e-commerce. E-commerce growing, hot sector, passes the analyze the fundamentals and overall story of the stock. Second step in the RATT system. This one's looking good. I want to see a breakout. I'm feeling it. Why am I feeling it? We've got momentum on our side. We've got volume picking up. We've got upside potential. Whoa. MP crossing $40. I'm going to have to check on that later. Got upside potential right here, 70%. All right. Keep this on your watch list. We'll watch it each morning through the week. Blockchain, rat snack, blockchain. I'm looking at the weekly. I'm going to switch to the daily on this. I don't know why I've been on the weekly. We had a nice gap. We are once again trying to collect, or we gapped up right past that thing. Damn. I got to make sure I have this. I'm not sure if I got this one. Guys, we've got a nice little double bottom here. Clearly resolving with serious momentum. EBAN, very, very hot. White hot stock. All right. And we are at this resistance level. Something right around here between these two lines. We see a breakout. We're looking for that upside potential from the low up to that resistance. I'm actually going to be even more conservative than that. I'm just going to go up to here where the meat of the action took place. So you remember previously when we were talking about double bottoms, a lot of times we like to talk about the meat of the action. We don't let these big spindly candles throw us off and set our price targets too high. So I draw a little rectangle here. I stay in the meat of the action. It's all taking place in this box. All right. Let's bring our line up right about to where that resistance was. Shooting for $9.63. From current price, which is already cooking. From current price, that's another 17% to go. NNDM. This is another snack. We've got upward trend on the RSI, although it looks like it's dropping a bit. We've got a rounding bottom. We've got a long, sustained rounding bottom. We've got some consolidation forming an ascending triangle here, just above resistance. Price target for Nano Dimension Limited. $26. Measuring from the absolute bottom to resistance gives us that line. But I would expect this one to go up a little bit more. Why? Because of the space. Intelligent machines for fabrication of additively manufactured electronics. Additively manufactured, when you see that, that means 3D printed. All right. Growth potential from current price, $83. Or not $83, sorry. 83%. Really quick, let's just check in on Microsoft. Microsoft is looking good, folks. RSI is maintaining 70. All right. We want to see a resolution of this entire poll. Don't bet against Microsoft right now. Microsoft's looking good. Litecoin. Get crypto really quick. How many got into Litecoin? Give me a 1 if you're in Litecoin. Litecoin's looking great. So we've got here is a nice, juicy, rounding bottom. Resistance at 183. Broken through. We are mid-breakout. We're going to start hitting resistance right about where we are right now. As you can see, we got back to down. We've got another key level a little bit higher. Keep your eyes on Litecoin. Rounding bottoms like to resolve. All right, guys. I really just wanted to start the week with a bunch of picks. I wanted to start the week with a bunch of picks so that we could have breakouts to watch from today until Friday. So sorry if that was really fast for you. You can get the recording of this if you search for it on YouTube about, probably like 4 hours from now when we do that. That's the watch list. We will return to it through the week. I'm ready. I hope you're ready to welcome a fantastic chartist and somewhat of an options trader. She goes by Nargis007 on Twitter. She is an international woman of espionage. Spencer, can you please bring our guest onto the show? Hey there.
Hello, good morning. How are you guys?
I'm wonderful. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
It's very good to have you.
I know.
So for folks that don't know who you are, would you mind telling us a little bit about yourself and what you like to trade?
I'm a, Silicon Valley resident. So basically started my career in computer science, all the Silicon Valley stuff. Then I got interested in technical analysis, and then there was no turning back. Once I went into it, I went deep, and I don't see, coming back out. So this is it, I guess, my calling. So mostly my main is XPX or ES family. I trade a lot, almost every day, daily basis, the futures and the XPX options. My account is never free of any XPX option, any kind of credit spread, basically. So I do that, and some I track the major stocks which move the markets, the fangs and the other stuff, and then whatever comes due to, and then I scan for setups. So I do cycles, right? Price cycles. So depending on that, whenever I see a setup, then I wait for it to come to what I'm looking for, and then when I get it, I go in either direction. Doesn't matter, long or short. So and then I do, I trade them sometimes, and sometimes I take them long for a few months, or or whatever my target is reached that way. So a lot of stocks we have seen this way, like Tesla, Amazon, Google, and Roku. So Roku, when it was under 200 or something, I'd give it a target of 400, and folks were like, "Oh my God, 400!" And today it is there. So yeah.
Very good. So do you like the new subs ETF? Have you looked at that?
Yes, I do. These days, a lot of new blood is coming in terms of stocks. Earlier, so just in order to distinguish, I'm started calling them some like matured stocks, like Amazon and Netflix and all, which are like getting a little bit, tough to move, or they move a little bit, and then there are these momentum stocks who will just go, and they'll, skyrocket to few cycles. Okay, like we have, one of the famous ones is, I mean, again, it may not be the 100% story, like the GME stock or the Tilray. So this is for a few days shine, but there are many stocks going on which is hitting a few cycles at a time. So then we say, oh, okay, this is a squeeze, this is what, but this is how the matured stock versus the new era stocks, whatever you call them, is happening. And once they do the cycle, and then either they wait for some consolidation or they come down till they hit full $70, and then boom, it came down, because it was a 5-day thing or maybe 3-day thing. So those things are happening a lot. I think I see a shift in the stock market since Jan 2018. The up movement is fast, the down movement is double fast. So I'm not sure that whenever next recession we will get, whether it will last for a few years or a few weeks or a few months. Seeing the dimensions changing. So we'll know when it happens. But I'm thinking, what would it bring? In terms of time, how long is it going to last?
That's the question. I mean, there's no doubt that a correction is coming, because it always is. Corrections happen.
Yeah.
Will it necessarily be a crash? But then I suppose the question is, how quickly will we recover?
Yes. So the market has trained us to, that way, that we'll have sharp recoveries. We'll have extra sharp recoveries, and we'll go double of what we had gone down. So this is what we have been trained for. So we have to see that invalidated until it is not,
So what do you have for folks today? I was hoping that you had some picks. Maybe you could teach us a little bit about the way that you look at charts, and maybe even, if you have time, how you trade options based on technical analysis.
Yeah.
So you're able to share your screen. It's just like Zoom there on the bottom.
Yes, I saw the share button, share screen. Okay. So, Google Chrome would like to record these.
And while she's doing that, while she's figuring that out, guys, smash the subscribe button, smash the like button. Let us know. That way we can keep this going for you guys. And follow me on Twitter. Don't be weird. What's up?
Yeah. So, yeah, I think it is just asking for yeah. Done?
Refresh.
This one?
Refresh.
Can you see my screen now?
Not yet. Not yet. We need to send Spencer over there.
Okay. It's why is it doing like that?
So when you click that share button, Nargis, there's an option.
It is asking for some permission actually.
Say yes.
Yeah, that's what you're gonna have to. You're gonna have to give it.
Where? Refresh.
Here, this one.
Yeah.
Refresh.
Hey guys,
Neal, she's gone.
My name's Neal.
Neal, she's gone. Oh wait, she's back.
And I'm here to tell you about rat snacks.
Neal, she's back.
Okay.
Yeah. So did you see? Do you? Oh, again, I have to share it.
Try it again. I think I probably had to kick you out to do the permission, but try it again. Share screen, and then you can either choose your entire screen, one specific window, or a specific Chrome tab. Yeah, but you gotta share a different screen than that, though. I'm seeing us. I'm seeing the StreamYard.
Yeah, but
there we go. Look at that.
Perfect.
Cool.
All right, let's go.
So yeah, so we have. Oh, okay. So this is our XPX actually. My bread and butter. So when you see something like this, so generally I like to keep my charts clean, because one of the things which works for me and which I go by is when you're looking at a chart, it should speak to you immediately in a few seconds. Something it should talk to you. If it does, then there is something is developing, and then you can go about your research. So this was your breakout, and since then it has been going up nicely. And
so really quick, tell me how you drew that line.
So drew that line is, this XPX went up, it made a high, pulled back, came back to the support, which was some demand area here, and then went back up, did not take this high out, came back down, formed a kind of a W, right? So the expectation here is that it should break out. Okay. So generally, if I see this, I would try to get in here, because I know that this would be a potential reversal, and then my stop would be somewhere down here. So I'll buy somewhere here when it takes out the high. As this is with the presumption that it would go up from here. So my stop loss is pretty, tight or close to the low that way. And then, but if you are, breakout person waiting for a confirmation, then you see when the trend line breaks. See, so when the price comes here, and then it tries to, you drew a trend line here, and then when the price breaks out of here, you go long here, and then your stop would be somewhere down here. Just to give it enough little bit room to come and retest that and pull out some stops, and then go up from here. And as you go on, you can, trail your stop, increase your stop, go on, or take partial profits and stuff like that.
So on this particular one, would you ever take on something more aggressive and perhaps buy a call, or are you just buying equity?
I do multiple ways with XPX. Is I'll do a PCS here, okay, put credit spread. So I'll take some credit of it, and then I'll buy some SPY calls, And then I may do ES, PCS also, and some ES calls or a CDS. So if I know that this trend is going to be strong, I'll put multiple trades on it. CDS, PCS, stuff like that. So, in the end, like, so if I have just some calls, then I'll use a PCS, so that will help with some decay. You see, this is a very sharp move. So this would take you your calls very up very nicely. But here, see, this is some noise because it has run so much, so it will consolidate here, thinking should run up more from here, but it needs to rest and retest this breakout as well, which it went up and it came down here, right here, see, on this line, it fell, and that would be another confirmation. If you're looking to buy, you buy and then you go up. So my PCS would take care of this decay, which will happen to my calls. So I work out these multiple spreads, different kinds of spreads along with calls, so that way.
All right. Tell us about this next point where you've drawn this trend line.
So this is now, we had a little bit pullback a few days ago, and this was the high, and price has gone above that now here, right? So we are trading above. So this would be your first line of support, 38.63 or somewhere around that. So as long as price is above that, we'll be in a bullish trend. But if it breaks below, then you know that it has gone into some supply and would want to come down. So this would be my first line of defense on a daily trend basis. If I'm looking for an entry, then I may go, a little bit lower time frame, 30 minutes or 2 hours, or see, what price is behaving like. Does it have any intention to come down, or it's still further consolidating? Those things like that.
So, okay. And I'm wondering if we can, let's go back to something. So you mentioned, I believe is put call spreads, right? And you abbreviated that PCS.
Yeah. Put call spread. Yes.
Put call spread. So we're getting some questions in chat. So I would love if you could take a moment just to explain why you like put call spreads and how you construct them.
Okay. So the reason I like them is I'm collecting credit, right? Versus paying money. And then since in this particular range, I know that there is a good probability of XPX pushing higher. I may add calls as well. So my PCS put credit spread. So the low was what, 32.33. So this all depends on what's happening around that time. So at this point, let's say I'm very confident that the XPX price is going to go up. So what I do is sometimes I take ATM PCS, like this is 32.33 low. So I will take the short strike somewhere very close to it. It will be either 32.33, or it may also be a little bit in the money, like 32.40 or 32.45, something like that, which will give me more credit, maybe $3 or $3.50 credit or something like that. And I do a 5 wide PCS normally. I don't do naked puts or naked calls. Dangerous, that one, for me at least. So my risk is the width minus the credit I receive. So it's 5 wide. So if I receive a $3 credit, then my risk is $2, which is okay considering it's a 5 wide spread. And then as it's going up, it will lose the value faster, the premium faster, because see, this move is fantastic, right? By the time I reach here, it's a good chance that my PCS may lose all the most of the premium, 80% or 70% of the premium. And I generally don't go out 30 days or 40 days. No. Max, it's weekly. So if this is, say, today, if this was today, then I may take, considering this is a little bit longer movement, I may take Friday, like that, assuming the move is up. And then because that way the premium goes out very fast. And then here, again, I may add another pieces. But here, see, this candle, it went to the high of 36.46. And now if that is around my level, which I'm watching for in ES, then I'll add a CCS there, call credit spread. On 30 minutes or a smaller time frame, you would see the reversal much better than this daily candle, closing below. So if I add a CCS right above, because I know this has run up too much, gone into my level, and the small time frame must have been exhausted by this 4 or 5 days run. 30 minutes would definitely have been exhausted, so the price would look to rest some. Okay, so when it is looking for some at my level, it is coming there, I would open a CCS. I would open a little bit OTM CCS, because once a strong trend is there, you don't want to mess with it too much. So yeah, so here I would do an OTM CCS, a little bit OTM CCS. So the high was 36.46. So I may do a 55 or a 60 short strike, and then it comes down, I collect that premium. So basically I have an IC, iron condor at this time. And my calls are still in place, that I dated 3 weeks out or 4 weeks out, or if it's or if it's around option expiry or something, then I'll add a couple of more weeks to it to, calm down the drama which happens during the OPEX week. So that will take care of it. So on calls, buying these days, at least buying a little bit more time is far better than just, buying short-term calls. So that works good. So this is how I play with XPX: up, down, call credit spread, put credit spread, call credit spread, put spread, credit spread, sometimes IC, and let the market give you.
So you are using pretty much every tool in your tool chest to trade up and down.
I do butterflies, I do butterflies, I do ratio flies. For earnings mostly, I do calendars and ratio flies. And that works out great, because because okay, you know what? Let's do this instead of talking.
Well, really quick, I just want to let you know we are at about time. We've got about 3 minutes, so I want to make sure that folks know where they can learn more from you, because I'm getting the sense that there's a lot that folks can learn from you.
Yeah, so you can go to my Twitter, Nargis007. And yeah, I post most of my stuff there, especially the market stuff. Yes, XPX, it's a daily thread. So at any given time, you would know what's happening in the market with respect to where XPX is going, what is the higher target, what is the short-term target, what numbers to expect, those kinds. So let's just see about this stock CLLS quickly, if you don't mind, because I know you mentioned something about round bottoms and stuff, right? And IPO. So this is a monthly chart of CLLS. So the Twitter community and some of my followers had given me few stocks to watch. So just looking at this, it looks like high comes down, goes up, high comes down, goes up. Just looking at it, the thing which it gives me is, oh my God, this is a curve like this, right? And then and this is where it is having issues, because it goes here, comes down, and same thing is happening here, goes up but not able to take out this area. So we'll just tag it here and a little bit closer here to see. So if this wants to go higher, then we would look for a price to enter here somewhere above here, and then and once it goes in above this area, it has taken out this issue zone, then this is going to go up. And you come to a smaller time frame, daily. See this by Friday. This is today, Monday. It's trading here, so it gapped up here. But if this candle was not there, then you wait here to go up, and then it's looking for a breakout. It wants to go higher from here. So it broke out. See, it consolidated along the 10 SMA, and then it was a very good chance here that it would go up. I would have gone, if I'd seen this on Friday, I would have taken it long here, because it's sitting right at the support at a very, very tight location between the trend line and the 10 SMA. So either it would gap down or it would gap up. Chances of a move up the probability is a little bit higher than the downside. So I would have taken it along with my short below this candle. because that is a good low, $26. So I would maybe put below 25 my stop and then let it run. And we would have this CLLS has the target of if the low of 7 holds, then we should see 81 sometime in future.
Wow. All right, so there's a pick for you guys, a free pick from Nargis. We've got CLLS. Is there
again? This is not something, this is not an investment advice. This is a potential chart setup I'm seeing. So please do your due diligence.
Absolutely. This is not financial advice. This is purely for education and entertainment. I want to thank you for joining us on the show today. If there's one thing that you can let folks know about trading that perhaps some folks that are just getting started need to keep in mind, what's that one thing you'd like to leave everyone with?
So the one thing which I tell everyone, even the folks who talk to me, my followers or people in my chat room, is I tell them, we get Christmas once a year, guys. Okay. So every day is not Christmas. So work towards that. You cannot win a lottery every day. You cannot get rich in a day. Getting rich in a day is not the realistic idea to be trading. Getting rich or making money, no, rich is not the right word. Making money is a process. It should be a consistent thing every day. The way the market has trained everybody is, the stock has to move. If it is not moving $10, $20, or every day it is not moving, then that mindset needs to get a little bit realistic and look for consistent gains over time versus an AMC or GME or something, chasing after each setup. With those kind of gains in mind, that is not the realistic approach. And always protect your capital, because you are in this business if you have your capital. No capital, you are out of the game. That's it.
That is great advice. Thank you so much for joining us today, Nargis.
Thanks for having me, Neal.
The pleasure is all ours. See ya. All right, there you guys go. Make sure you follow her on Twitter. Looks like an awesome thread that she's got going every day, trading up and down those stocks using every method available. So guys, remember, like and subscribe. You got the Twitter handle up on the screen right now. I want to take some picks from you guys while we still got some time. I've got 7 minutes. Give me some picks. What do you want to talk about? I'm going to drink my coffee while I wait for the delay to catch up.
I just put all those tickers up there. Those are Neal's picks for today.
Thank you, Spencer.
Discussed earlier.
Thank you, Spencer.
You're quite welcome, sir. Chat's not far behind. Chat's like 10, 20 seconds behind.
All right, starting off with the very first one I see, BFLY. I don't know what that is. B-Fly. Good words to live by. Always. B-Fly. All right, where the hell is my thing? All right, here we go.
Neal, can you share your charts?
Spencer, that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
But thank you for the reminder, Coach. All right, so let's go ahead and share the screen. B-Fly. What is B-Fly? I don't know what it is. Oh, it's an index. I don't know anything about this, and I'm not going to know anything about it. Jeez Louise. What am I on, the weekly? I'm on the 1 day. Yeah, here's a chart, guys. What are you thinking is going to happen with this? I don't really see anything that I personally would do with this, guys. I'm mostly in for swing trades. This thing is looking like, I would say that we have some support, but this thing is just way too choppy for me. Let me look at it over a longer period of time, see if I can identify a trend. Let's go to a week over a longer period of time, 2016. Whoops. Yeah, it's a great pick. I don't know what to do with it, man. CCA. Okay, new symbol for. Yep, I don't know what to do with that. AMKR. Holy shit. What have you done? This thing's a beast. Semiconductor packaging and test services. Yes. Yes. Well done. Well done on this pick. Why do we like this? Why do we like this pick? Checking these lines. All right, that thing is broken out. Let me see if it's exhausted its breakout. That's funny. It did. Oh, no, it didn't. Still room to go on this. Could hit 30. There you go. CRSR. Is that Corsair?
Yes, it is.
Gaming. When did this IPO? Super recently?
Not that recently, I don't think.
What is wrong with the
back.
data?
Not that oh yeah, okay. September.
Okay, this thing's new. This thing's fresh out the womb. Okay, so we've got a brand new. Look at this thing actually growing after an IPO. It's not often that you see that on a stock like this. Corsair, here's what I have to say about this. Gaming is happening. Gaming is growing. Gaming is eclipsing Hollywood as the earningest, most entertainment medium. Corsair is in the gaming space to produce hardware. And then some shitty software to go along with it. But definitely bet on hardware. What we see here is a trading sideways with a slight trend upward. All right. So we're looking for this to turn into something more serious. I don't see any huge breakout potential. I see declining on the RSI. I see declining on volume. But definitely a story to watch. I would like to see some more price history before I make an educated, technical-based decision on a stock like this, based on my personal trading style. You probably talk to folks that trade a lot more aggressively intraday, who might look at something more like the hour, maybe even down to a few minutes, who would say something differently and find all kinds of ways to trade up and down this thing. But that is not my trading style. I got time for one more. CPSH. Ooh. Okay, we got a thing behind the thing stock, powering a bunch of industries. Design, manufacture, sale of custom metal matrix composite components. Whatever that means. This thing could keep going. Let me double check this. I'm looking at 1 hour right now. Let me switch to 4 hour. Yeah, we're broken out. This is the way I look at this chart. Measured move added to the breakout point, which occurred on Feb 12. Price target 33, conservative. Price target 2, 44, aggressive. That's all I've got time for. It is 10:29 on Tuesday. Thank you so much for joining me.